Rosy Hardy Gardening here. I'm going to do a series of small short videos about a beautiful garden just down the road from our nursery here in Hampshire. And this is a beautiful garden that is open in the Yellow Book scheme. And that is something that we have here in the United Kingdom, whereby counties have a little yellow book that you can read which gardens are open for the National Garden Scheme. It's a really great way of finding out and having a look and being a little bit nosy at going and seeing what other people have done in their gardens. Some are small and some are large, a bit like this one here. This is Bere Mill and it is open several times in the year, and it is just such a super garden to go around and look at. Over the years, I've been down here and helped create these twin herbaceous borders here behind me, but over the years also they have added new features to this garden, and one of them is what I'm standing on at the moment, and it is this amazing pathway that goes all the way through. It used to stop behind me just after the bridge over the water. This garden is amazing. It is on the River Test itself, and there are little branches of the water that are travelled along around the garden, and they make for a really interesting way to separate up a garden. So we are going to have a little walk along this path and see where it takes us. The fact that this garden is open is fantastic, and it is such a tribute to the owners that they will allow people to come and enjoy what is their private space. And that's what you've got to remember when you're going and visiting these gardens. These people are gardening for themselves, and they want you to be able to enjoy those gardens. So take pride when you're going around. Don't sort of try and take a piece of cutting here, there and everywhere. Just go and enjoy the space that these people have created. This is also SSI, which means that it is protected landscape, and it is very, very precious to us as a nation. It's on a beautiful chalk stream, the Test, and the garden has been created skillfully around it and taking into consideration all the aspects. And this pathway just takes your line and draws you right the way through to the far end of the garden itself. So let's just take a meander down the path and see where it gets us. So as we go down the path, you can see we've got the beautiful herbaceous borders that at the moment, at this time of the year, all of the herbaceous stuff is just starting to come through, and you've got the beautiful lovely clumps like this of a hardy geranium. This will be a hardy geranium Phaeum cross monosense with the little black markings in the leaves, and then planted very irregularly right the way through the borders at this time of the year are hyacinths, which are left in there just so that you get a wonderful perfume at this time of the year, and it's really, really wonderful. If we look over to this side, there is the river, and you have amazing water meadows here which have got daffodils in and Fritillaria melagris. The willows are being pollarded and they will keep going, and then in the summer you'll have beautiful fresh green growth on there. So we'll concentrate on this path. Now this path just leads us down the garden, and it used to stop at the top of the hill that we are going to get to. It's just a little rise, and we will see, we'll go over a bridge, over one of the little tributaries that is here, and we can have a little bit back. We will concentrate on some of those in other videos. But here you go, beautiful water. If we just look up, there we go. Isn't that fantastic? Water flowing slowly, clear, wild, gin clear water of a chalk stream. Really, really beautiful. We will come back to some of those areas. This is a damp garden area, and again we will come back to that. And then the pathway changes and keeps on going, and when we get to the top of the rise, once we go through the beautiful trees, you can then see that what you couldn't see from the house edge, which is where we were standing and looking, is the fact that there is a lake here. And this lake, this is where the path stopped. But a friend of the owners said, why don't you continue the path along? And so they have ended up with a boardwalk going right the way across the lake, leading to the gates into the fields. And this just makes a completely different idea and feel to the whole of the garden and gives you continuation. It's not a straight line right down the middle. It is just a straight line of path from a room in the house, letting your eye go through. And from my point of view as a plants person, it's quite interesting. I would never have thought of this, but it's so clever. So you can see we are going to end at a little gate at the far end there, and the ducks and everyone are loving it. The lake is beautiful. There's even a swan. The prunus are coming out. And then when you turn around, you can see how beautiful it is from the far end of the house, and they can just look straight up here, either sitting outside or going through. So that is it. You have concentrated mind of a pathway leading you through to the end of your land. Really beautiful bit of extra design that has been introduced to this garden. Sometimes it is the simple things like putting in a long extended path that just gives you extra benefit to your garden on what you actually see. Thank you very much for watching, and there will be more videos of this beautiful garden showing you what it does, how it grows through the seasons.